Homeowners, it's me, Paul. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, listen, I want to go over your insurance process. A storm just hit your home, right? You know that you have damage. You've called your insurance company already. Your insurance has come out and they've given you one of these, right? I know you have it. The question is, are you going to show this to the roofing professional or are you going to hold on to it, right? Well, there's two ways you can go about it. One is you can give it to your professional so he can look at everything that the insurance is paid for. Or two, you can say, nope, just give me a bid, Paul. I don't want you looking at our paperwork. So, what my job is today is to explain both ways of doing it. One, you do give us the insurance paperwork. Number two is don't give us the insurance paperwork, right? If it were me, obviously, because I know the business and I know how insurance works, I want to show my roofing professional the paperwork. So usually what I do with my homeowners, I let you know, you can do either or. There's going to be guys out there like, show me the paperwork, show me the paperwork, show me the paperwork. You don't really need the paperwork if you don't want to. It's up to you. So scenario number one, you say, hey, Paul, I don't want to show you the paperwork. Okay, you just want an estimate for the roof replacement, and I'm going to keep the paperwork. Great. So we'll give you an example. Let's say your house has $16,000 worth of damage. So I'm going to write that down. $16,000 is going to be the estimate. So what we require is 50% upfront and then 50% when we're done. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 50%, which is going to be $8,000. Then when we're done with the job, we're going to come back and pick up another $8,000. That's going to total $16,000. So if you have $16,000 in your bank account, this is the way to go, and then you can deal with the insurance. Now, most people have never dealt with insurance before. So this is what we do. This is our profession. Now, if you give us the paperwork, we're going to review it. We're going to look at everything in the paperwork that they paid for. They may be underpaying you for something and you may not know it. If you have two vents up there and they're only paying you for one, well, there's a problem because they're underpaying you. So if you go with the insurance paperwork and you say, hey, Texas Family, or hey, Paul Perez, here is the paperwork. Please review it and let me know what you think. So we're going to go through it and say, okay, let's say it's the same dollar amount. We're at $16,000. The only thing that you're responsible for is going to be your deductible. In this case, let's say it's $1,000 deductible. But when the insurance comes out, they're not giving you the whole $16,000. You probably got a check of maybe, let's say $6,000. So we'll say your first check was $6,000, right? And they say, here's the money, go ahead and get your roof replaced. And you're wondering, where's the rest of it? It should be $16,000. Well, what the insurance does now is they've had tons and tons and tons of experience throughout the past with people just running away with their money. So what they do now, they say, we're going to give you a portion when you get it done by a licensed professional and everything's done, we turn in the photos, we turn in all the invoices, then we'll release the last part of the money. Does that make sense? Hopefully that does. So your first check is at $6,000. They still owe you $10,000. Now, if we take on this job, we're going to go ahead and accept your $6,000 to get the job going and get it started. Once the material shows up at your property, we're going to ask you to pay for your deductible. Your deductible is, let's say, for example, $1,000. So we'll write here, deductible, $1,000. So total, you've paid $7,000. And out of your own pocket, you've only had to come out with $1,000. Nothing more, right? So you've paid $7,000. The job gets done, we go, we remove the roof, we put the new roof, we take all the debris, make sure everything looks amazing. Now, what we have to do is we have to bill the insurance company. So we're going to bill the insurance company for the rest, and then they're going to send you a check in the mail, and when you receive it, you're basically going to call us and say, hey, the check's here, it's ready to go. So $7,000 is what you've paid already. So that means you have a $9,000 check that should be coming in the mail, and we're not going to pick up any of that money until the insurance has paid you. So Once the insurance has paid you, usually it takes a couple of weeks, then you're going to be fully paid at $16,000. Hopefully my math is right, but hopefully that makes sense as well. You're not out of pocket anything throughout the entire process except for your deductible. Everybody has to pay their deductible in the state of Texas. That's not something that we can waive. I know there's a bunch of questions out there about that being done. Nobody does it anymore. So $16,000, your first check, your deductible, and then your final check. So I'll write that here. Final check. What's best for you? Do you feel like, hey, I'm gonna let the roofing professional take care of all the insurance paperwork and I don't have to put any money out other than my deductible? Or do I wanna not show the paperwork, keep it with me, get the estimate, you're having to pay $8,000, your first check's $6,000, so you have to put $2,000 out of your own pocket, and then when it's all said and done, the day after the install, you have to come back and you have to pay another $8,000. So if you have $10K in the bank account laying around that you're like, okay, I want to just do it myself and I'll deal with the paperwork, this will be the route for you. It all depends on which way you'd like to do it. Hope this helps you understand the paperwork. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. My name is Paul Perez, Texas Family Roofing. We'll see you guys on the next video.